Hello guys and welcome back for this second episode of World of Tanks tutorials. In this episode we're gonna cover options, nations, tech tree and the tank types. So without further ado, let's jump into the game and check this out. Okay, so the options first of all can be accessed through the menu and into the settings button. So there you go, you have a lot of options to make your life actually easier or better or whatever you want to choose. I'm not going over every single options as it's your own choice. I mean, you may want to use a certain set of options or whatnot. I'm just going over a couple settings that may be important to check, such as this one. Accept invitations only from players in friends list. This actually is quite of importance, as you may receive invitations from random players you actually don't know. And this can become annoying in the long run, so you may want to check that box to get only invites from people that are in your friend list. This will reduce the invitation spam in a great fashion, so you may want to check that. Next thing I want to talk about is those two. I mean actually those three. The first one being enable vehicle vibration in sniper mode. In sniper mode, if that option isn't checked, I mean, actually if it is checked, while in sniper mode, which is another way of saying first person mode, your camera is likely to bounce heavily whenever you take a shot from an enemy, or you just blindly run into a wall or whatnot, your camera is gonna bounce a lot, like very much so. Even though your reticle isn't gonna move, your camera is gonna move so much you may end up puking because of the sickness you're gonna get from that. So you may want to uncheck that for being more comfortable with the camera. The second one is enable battle recording. This allows you to store replay files to your computer, so you can actually watch them later or upload them to a website that stores them for you. This website can be found at mwreplays.com. Let me show you guys this website, which is right here. This is the site which stores every single replay you may choose to upload to it. As you can see myself, I have uploaded quite a few of those replays. If the website so decides to go to my page, there you go. So I have 19 replays uploaded, and you can upload any number of replays you might want to share with the community. Now these replays, if that option is checked, can be, let me remove that for a little bit and add another screen region. There you go, and just okay, there you go. So my World of Tanks is located here. So when that option enabling battle recording is checked, you can see inside that your World of Tanks folder, you will have a new folder called Replays, which is going to store every replay file from every battle you're gonna do in the game. So just keep in mind, guys, replays stack up. They're not too big as a file, but they can pile up to a pretty good number. I mean, I literally deleted all my replays as of yesterday, and I had over 1,000 of them. So yeah, if you play the game regularly and a lot, you're gonna have a lot of replays, and you may not want to store them for a very long time. So just make sure you don't you don't let your hard drive being overrun by a ridiculous amount of replays. Okay, and the last settings is this one: enable server reticle. There is actually two types of reticle. Your client reticle, which is gonna be the default one. See, the reticle is gonna move exactly where your mouse the reticle is going to move exactly where your mouse is at. But enabling the server reticle, it takes into account the ping and lag you have to the server. So the reticle, your mouse you can move your mouse, and the reticle is not going to follow immediately in perfect synchronization with your mouse. This actually helps you figure out where your reticle actually is, because if you don't have that option checked out, when you take a shot, your reticle may be a little bit off the spot you're actually aiming with your mouse. So you may actually want to check that, especially if you experience lag issues, or if you have a big ping. That's definitely something you may want to check out. That about covers it for the options I wanted to talk about, except maybe those three options regrouping the battle types. Standard battle, you're gonna have that every time you click on that big red button right here. You're gonna have that every single time, unless you check those two new battle types, which are respectively unlocked after tier 4 and tier 6. Tiers are the ranks of the vehicles you're driving. I'm gonna come on that later on when we're gonna go over the tech tree. These are different types of battles. Standard battle is actually kind of like capture the flag. Each team has a flag as a base, and to win a game, you have to stand in a circle around the enemy flag and stay in it. And then when you sit in it, there's a countdown, or kind of a count up actually. You will have to get the bar to progress from 0 to 100%. And in this particular mode, the standard battle, 1% equals 1 second. For one tank, you can have a maximum of whatever number of tanks, but the optimal number to capture a base as quickly as possible is 3. No matter how many tanks there are in the circle, 3 is the maximum number of tanks, making the bar to progress faster. With one tank, it goes just 1 second for 1%. With 2 tanks, it's 1 second for 2%, and for 3 tanks, it's 1% for 1 second for 3%. So if you have 3 tanks in that circle, there's no point of getting any more. So You may want to choose to go in the circle and just stay safe, or just ignore the cap, the capturing circle, and just go after the enemy and try to finish them before your teammates capture the base. So that's standard battle. Encounter battle is a little bit different in that regard. That there's only one flag, more likely in the middle of the map, and one way to win is there's actually there's actually two ways to win, and that's for every battle type. Either you capture the base or you kill every single member of the enemy team. So in encounter battle, you have a single flag, and it's the first team to capture it to 100% to win. Or, as said, if you kill the entire enemy team, you win too. But okay, and the last is assault. Assault, you only have one flag too, but that particular flag is assigned to one team only. So the team the flag is assigned to must defend it, and the other team must attack it and take it over the defending team. So that's entirely your choice once again. You may or may not choose to participate in those two last battles, but regardless, you will have to fight standard battles every time if you choose not to check those two boxes. Okay, so that was it for the options. We're gonna jump into the tech tree and go over some of a few things to be said here. First of all, the nations. As of right now, as the latest version of the game is 8.4, there are currently 6 nations, which is the Russian, the German, the American, the French, the British, and the Chinese. Now, I've talked about tiers earlier on, and that's where it shows it. You have tier 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10. Tier 1 being the weakest, and tier 10 being obviously the strongest. So yeah, that's how the tech tree is designed. So each column represents a tier, and each line or group of lines for that matter represents tank types. Before talking about tank types, I'm gonna quickly show you how you may choose to evolve in the tech tree. Say I'm driving the MS-1, which is the tier 1 Russian tank. As you can see, those little boxes represent the modules you can unlock to equip your tank with. As well as you can see here, the next tanks you have to unlock to be able to buy them and drive them. So as you can see, there's some of the modules I've already unlocked, such as these. This one is the default, but whatever. So all these with no markings below, such as that, all those without any markings here are modules that have been unlocked. Here, with the green background and the number and the star, is actually saying you need 35 experience points to unlock that module. So that's what we're gonna do now. You click on it, and you're gonna be prompted to confirm the research. So we're gonna say yes. There you go. And there you go. There you go. It's done. we're gonna try again with the engine to show you a little variation. You unlock that engine, so you have it, and okay, so that doesn't work as intended. Okay, yes, because I don't have the tank. But okay, I'm just gonna show you guys. I'm gonna just buy it. I mean, it's not a lot to buy. It's just a free tank, so you can actually go for it. Doesn't matter. But back in that tech tree, there you go. So when you unlock a module such as this one now, you unlock that new engine, and then the scripture changes to credits. It tells you how much credits you need to put that module onto your tank, because it doesn't do it automatically. So if you click on the module, there's two ways of doing this, by the way. You click on the module, on the yellow boxy, you click on it, and it's gonna ask you to buy and mount the engine on the tank. So you can buy it, and as being bought here, it's actually being mounted. Now remember, I've unlocked all those things, the turret and guns, but as you can see, I haven't bought them already. So there's two ways to do that. I mean, three actually, if you count the one from the tech tree. There's two other ways. From the tank itself, from the modules line right here, you can go click one of those icons, sorry, and mount any gun you have researched from here. As you can see here too, it says for this gun, the turret is not compatible, so you have to upgrade the turret first. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna upgrade this turret. So I will buy and mount it. There you go. And next, for the gun, I could do it from here, but okay, I need to. Okay, I see what happened here. I got to do that too, so I'm gonna mount this really quickly. Okay, so back to the tank view. You might want to get your gun from here, from the tech tree, or there's another there's another choice. Sorry guys, I can't speak tonight. There's another choice you can check here. You gotta remember the tank, the gun's name. It's a 45mm mod 1932. So you can actually go into the store, go into the modules, and then you'll have to check that gun in the store. So you might actually want to change the sorting a little bit, such as MS1, and then you can see the gun here too. So you can actually buy that gun from here to buy. There you go. It is bought. The gun is bought, but it's not mounted. So you have to go back here and mount it manually. You can see here a little icon is that little icon means you have the item in your depot. So now I can mount it. There it goes. That's how the tank tree works. Of course, there's a little more variations, as I'm going to show you guys for the French line I'm currently grinding through. I'm currently having this tank, the Lorraine 40 ton, and as you can see here, the next tank shows the amount of XP I need, but you can see it's also kind of grayed out. This means I don't have yet the XP I need to unlock it. So you may want to have an eye on that, to check if you can actually unlock or not the modules or the tank you want to unlock. Just a final note on how the tech tree works. You can unlock modules and tanks with with the tank experience or with the free experience. Now the free experience is a chunk of XP you get from every battle, and the chunk of XP I'm talking about is 5% of the total XP you're gonna get from a given battle. So say you do a battle and you gain 1,000 experience, 5% of that is going to be transferred to free experience, and that's automatic. You don't have to do anything about it. It just goes this way. That's how the game is designed. You get 5% of any battle XP every time you do a battle. Keep in mind, guys, too, that you can also pump that free XP with elite tanks. Elite tanks are tanks that have been fully researched. As you can see here, every module is researched. I don't have anything else to research on that tank. Unlike other tanks, let's see, this one is fully researched, and you have to have the next tank unlocked too to be able to have your tank elited. Unlike other tanks such as this one is not elited because I haven't researched the next tank for it, so it's not. I don't have the elite status, as you can see from the garage, and as said, from this particular icon. This icon means two things. First, it means the tank is elite, so it doesn't have any modules or further things to unlock in the tech tree. Or, for this particular example, it's a premium tank. It also says every premium tank is elite. So there's nothing to worry about when you buy a premium tank. It's gonna be elite, so you can actually see it from here. When you get a tank elite, you can accelerate the crew training, so the crew members here can train faster and gain their skills faster. About premium tanks, you have to spend real money for it, and that's the gold you want to look at. You can also see in the store, in the vehicles, there's quite a lot that requires gold to be bought. That's where real money comes into the game. And if you want, you can contribute a few bucks of yours to the game and buy a new shiny tank, which is going to be elite. That being done, back to the tech tree, and let's discuss about the tank types. There are 5 tank types in the game. First, as you can see here, this line is about this part is about the tank destroyer line. Those are the snipers of the game. Next ones are the not the snipers. Those are the light tanks, which are considered as the scouts. Sorry. Next one, you have the medium tanks. You can actually check which tank type you look at by watching the icon next to the tier number. I should have mentioned that earlier. I'm going to do that now. The tank destroyers are displayed with this reversed triangle. The light tanks are displayed with that small diamond. The medium tanks are also a diamond, but a little bit bigger, with one line striking through. The heavy tanks, still a diamond, with 2 lines striking through. And last is the artillery, which is displayed by this little square. So let me develop that a little bit with tank destroyers. Tank destroyers are the snipers of the game. The way you want to play it is, I mean, in general, they are kind of exceptions, but you want to play that kind of far from the front line and as much in cover as possible, because that's not a tank you're supposed to go front line with. It's a sniper slash ambusher, so you don't want to go front line with it. Next, about the light tanks. The light tanks are the recon force of each team. This is a very, very important tank for me in the game, as if you want to shoot people, you have to see them, and that's where the light tanks come in. Their duty is actually to spot the enemy tanks so your teammates can shoot people, because sometimes player will blame more than often artillery players for not doing anything, but that's actually not their fault. There's something about it, but for regular tanks such as medium heavies and tank destroyers, you cannot shoot what you cannot see. Artillery is a little bit different because it has a strategic view instead of sniper mode. Strategic view is actually a bird's eye view. You see the field of battle from above, so you're likely to check things easier than even a light tank would check. So back to the light tanks, they are the main recon force of the team, and if you want to play light tank, you're in for quite a lot of trouble, as an efficient scout is a scout that stays alive. A scout that rushes straight to the enemy team to get as much experience as possible and just dies after, say, a minute into the game is not an efficient scout. An efficient scout is one that stays alive throughout the battle, spotting enemy tanks, and hopefully this is one of the purpose of the light tanks is to sneak through enemy lines to go back in the enemy base and spot the enemy artillery. Because artillery hits for a lot, and trust me when I say your team is gonna love you if you spot enemy artillery and even kill them, because damn, people hate artillery players. Trust me, that's not a lie, that's actually the truth. People hate the hell of artillery players, trust me. So yeah, if you play a light tank, just stay alive as much as possible. There's actually two ways of playing scout. Either you can zoom around the map as fast as possible, just try to maintain your speed the highest possible to be able to hopefully dodge the enemy incoming shells. Or there's another way to play it, is to play passive scout. In this particular thing, you can actually hide in a bush and stay put, and then you will spot anything that comes into view range, I mean spotting range, and not being detected at all. So that's another way of playing a scout. But that may I might show you guys that later in further videos. So let's move on to medium tanks. Medium tanks are heavy tanks' best friends, or actually should be. Um, I'm gonna just do those both, heavies and mediums. Heavy tanks are actually the backbone of every team. So they're the toughest, strongest armors, uh, the biggest health pool in the game. So heavy tanks are actually supposed to take hits from the enemy and repel them from going too far into your own lines. That being said, heavy tanks might want to go deeper into enemy lines if they so choose to, but it's not always the best choice. You may have your heavy tank pinned down by artillery or even other tanks, and that's where medium tanks come in. Say if you're pinned down by another enemy heavy tank, and your own heavy cannot take him out, that's where the medium tanks come in, and will try to acquire flanking positions to take it out before that particular tank takes you out. So in that regard, medium tanks are your best friend, and actually should be your best friend, but it's not always the case. And last but not least, the artillery. The artillery are the biggest hitters in the game, able to deal just ridiculous amount of damage if their shell lands on top of their target. As you can see, let's take the biggest one, for example, which is the American T-92 artillery. Let's just take a look at the gun. The gun can deal 2,250 damage average, which means it can do a little less, but it can do a little more than that. 2,200 damage is a lot. As you can see, I'm going to take this one for as an example, the T110E5, which is the Tier 10 American heavy tank. Let's check this out. Actually, I could have. Let's check his stats. As you can see, that tank has a maximum of 2,200 hit points, which means this artillery here can literally one-shot a Tier 10 tank with a single shell. That gives you an idea of the damage an artillery can do to the most heavily armored, the biggest health points holders in the game. They may have tanks that have higher armor, such as some of the high tier tank destroyers. Let me show that. As you can see, for the T110E3, the hull armor from the tank destroyer is actually higher than the heavy tank. But as a general rule, tank destroyers don't have a turret. You have to play it. If you want to aim at something which is standing right from you, you have to turn the whole tank to be able to shoot it. There are exceptions, such as this particular tank destroyer line. This line is a very special one because this is a line of tank destroyer that actually has turrets. This is the only tank destroyer line that has turrets. So there you go. That was for the tech tree and how it works. How is it related to the store and the depot? So there we go. You now know a little bit more about the different nations, the different tank types, how the tech tree works, and how to set your own options in the game. So that concludes our second episode of the World of Tanks tutorials. I'll be doing episode 3 fairly soon, so just stay tuned. As said in the trailer, subscribe on YouTube, try to follow on Twitter and on Twitch TV, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Enjoy the game in the meantime, and be cool. Just be cool. See you guys.